Hello and welcome to Tarot Thursday. I'm your host, Reverend Mary Hawk, and with me is Reverend Don. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody.
Hello to everyone joining us. As usual, if you got a question, post it in chat and we will do a 3-card, more or less, reading for you. If you don't have a question, just pop in and say hi. And hello to Lena and Lucas. And Lena is asking for a general reading. So let me get shuffled up here, Lena. Okay, Lena, the first card I've got for you is the Emperor. And the Emperor is about authority in this world and the cycles of time. So remember, whatever is going on right now is going to come back around. It's not going to last forever. I've also got death. And of course, death is really transformation. So there are going to be a lot of big changes for you coming up in the near future. And finally, I've got temperance. And you can see the figure in this card is very balanced, male and female, white and person of color, and between day and night. So with temperance, it's about being balanced in your approach. And there's also the idea of creating something where the sum of the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
And then I have drawn 3 cards, and the first one is the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is celebration and community, and it says that as you go forward in this next couple of months, you'll probably be in a fairly happy place. Certainly in terms of dealing with people, dealing with the world. You also have the Soul card, which says, well, yes, there are good feelings around you, but the things you're doing are really important to your soul's purpose, to the reasons that you're in this life. It may not be immediately obvious to you, but the things that are happening at this time are happening from a very deep level and affecting at a very deep level. Then my final card is Temperance.
Woo!
And temperance is creating something new out of what is already there. It is the resolution of opposites. It is not creation, but recreation in a new form. And I think what I would say to you is that your feelings through this period of time should be pretty good, but you're actually going through a major transformation. So be aware of that. I'm going to draw one more card for you. We call this the Brian card because I have to. And I've drawn the 9 of Lamps for you. And the 9 of Lamps is personal skill and the ability to manifest what you desire. So you're going to be coming much more thoroughly into yourself, much more thoroughly into your strength. And there you go.
Okay, and hello to Renee and Janet and Michael and Kylene. Welcome, everyone.
Hello, hello.
And next up, Renee has asked for a reading, then Janet, and then Michael.
Okay. The first card that I
Yes,
have. Oh,
that was your reading, Lena.
oh, yes. So the first card I have drawn, again, is the Soul. You saw me shuffle the cards, or at least I think it was visible on camera. But nonetheless, the Soul has come again. And so for Renee, I would say the things that are going on for you at this time are very important to your spirituality, very important to your inner self, very important to where you're going in the future. With that, we have the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card. And this says that you have to be very careful what you're manifesting because you will get it. So make sure you're manifesting what you want. Do not manifest what you fear. Do not manifest what you don't want. Focus on what you do want, and you will find that you will, in fact, get it. And then for the third card, we have the Lovers. And as you manifest that thing that you want, you're going to find it's going to bring you some choices that you have to make in terms of what you really do want in your life, what maybe you don't want in your life. So it will be, in its way, a transformative period, and one that will affect you for a long time. But the main point of it is that you will get what you focus on. You will get what you want. So make sure that you're focusing on what it is you actually desire. And if you do that, let's draw you a Brian card. Maybe I should start to call these the Pocket Rocket card. Now, I've drawn the Seven of Coins. And the Seven of Coins represents having a number of different choices for the future, but not yet being sure what you want. So look at them carefully, consider them carefully, decide what it is that you want, and then go for it. And there you go.
So the first card I've got for you is the Ace of Swords. And with the Ace of Swords, you're going to have a decision to make. Don't spend too much time thinking about it. Just make your decision. It's more important to act than it is to spend too much time thinking about it. I've got the Queen of Wands. Wands are around our passion, so follow your passion. What is it you want to do? And consider that when you have to make your decision. Where is your heart taking you? I have time. And here we have the Mayan deity of time. And remember, the Mayans see time as a series of cycles that repeat. So bear in mind that whatever is going on in your life right now is not going to last forever. The cycle is going to move on and things are going to change. And I'll draw one more card, the Brian card. And here we've got the Eight of Cups. So whatever you're afraid of, it's not nearly as bad as you think it is. So I hope that helps.
Yes, indeed.
And
if I decide to write another book on the subject of tarot, I must absolutely formally call it the Brian card. see if I can inject it into tarot culture.
He would love that. Lena says, thank you, ma'am and sir, and you're very welcome.
Yes, indeed.
And next up is Janet, who's asking for a general reading.
You can see the cards being shuffled.
Shuffle, shuffle.
Shall I go?
Yeah.
So the first card I've drawn is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, in addition to being Mary's card, represents learning from experience. And when I draw the Queen of Swords, part of what that says to me is that you should look at your situations, consider similar situations you've been in the past and what you did or did not do, and how that worked out for you, and then apply those lessons to the present. Now, of course, it's not always true that something will work out exactly the same way in the present as it did in the past, because all kinds of things can be different. But in this case, when this card comes up, it's saying, yes, you can use the past for guidance, and it will lead you well. With that, we have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is learning and perfecting craft. It's also being very, very busy. So you're going to find yourself, well, very active, very busy, but also learning a great deal from it. And then finally, we have the Ten of Wands, which is waiting for change. So you're wanting change to come. Even if you're not conscious of it, you're wanting that change to come. But it's not quite time yet. So be patient and let it take the time it needs. It is coming. It just isn't there yet. And then let us draw a Brian card. Oh, and your Brian card is the Princess of Wands. And the Princess of Wands is magic. And it says, use your magic to get what you want. Use your magic to influence your situations. Do not be a passive participant, spiritually speaking, but manifest, do spell work or divination or whatever it is you do, but use those abilities to help get you to where you want to be. And there you go.
Okay, Janet, the first card I've got for you is the Five of Swords. So, you're dealing with a conflict in your situation right now. I've got the Princess of Swords, and her advice is to be circumspect and very clear in your communications. It's important that you are certain you're communicating exactly what you want people to understand. So be careful in how you choose your words. And then I've got the Three of Pentacles, and this is about being recognized for the work you do. And I'll pull a Brian card, and look, we've got the Tower. So you're also looking at major changes coming up in your life. So I hope that is helpful for you, Janet. And hello to Swag Fan. Good to see you. And Swag Fan is asking for a reading. And we have Michael ahead of you, and then we will get to your reading. So we're going to read from Michael next. And Janet says, thank you both. You're very welcome.
Yes, indeed. The first card I have drawn is the Princess of Cups. And the Princess of Cups is artistic but emotional. So you may find yourself feeling a bit emotional in the immediate future. Given the state of the world, that's not surprising. But try to focus that emotion in creative ways, and you'll be happier for it. We have the Five of Cups, which is not a happy card. You can see that the little lady in the picture is not happy. So you may be disappointed by some of the things that are happening around you just at this moment. And yeah, and it may be making you emotional. And the third card is the body. And the body says, well, yeah, all that's all well and good, but do what you need to do for you, and it will help. Don't get caught up in whatever it is that's upsetting you, but instead find the things that give you pleasure, find the things that help you to create a better situation, find the things that help you to move forward, and that will help to deal with everything else. And let me draw a Brian card for you. Oh, and I've drawn the Princess of Wands. And the Princess of Wands says, about what we were just talking about, you have everything you need to be able to do it. You have everything you need to be able to deal with whatever situations are causing you sorrow or disappointment, everything you need to do the things you want to do. You just have to be ready to do it. You have to step in, step out, do what it is you want to do. And, be patient with it too. Let it take however long it needs to take. Don't force yourself to do anything, but do try to do the things that will bring you joy, and you'll find it will move everything forward. And there you go.
All right. First card I've got is the Prince of Pentacles, and this is about building up slow and steady. So you're working on something to build up material gains, and it's going to work. It's not going to be like fast win the lottery, but expect some slow, steady gains there. I've got the Nine of Cups, second time we've got it this time, and this is the wish card. So whatever you wish for, you're going to get, Michael. So be careful where you're focusing. If you're focusing on manifesting positive things, that's what's going to happen. If you're focusing on woe is me, nothing ever turns out right, that's what's going to happen. And I've got the Nine of Swords, the Ghastly Nightmare card. But whatever you're afraid of is not as bad as what you think it is. Nightmare can't hurt you unless you fall out of bed. And I'll draw a Brian card. And here we got the Seven of Wands, which says to move forward with your plans, careful planning is necessary. So there you go, and I hope that's helpful, Michael.
Yes.
All right, and next we're going to do a general reading for Smack Fan.
The first card I have drawn is Strength. And strength is just what it sounds like. It says that you can deal with whatever is in front of you. And even it may seem a little difficult or a little larger than yourself, it's not. You can absolutely deal with it. With it is the Five of Lamps. The Five of Lamps is searching for something, desiring something. In the deck, it has to do with the idea of a vision quest. So I'd say you're looking for inspiration. You're maybe looking for direction. It's probably hanging all around you, but not quite clear yet. And then we have the Two of Swords, and this involves another person. So it may be a question of where a particular relationship is going, or a particular partnership. It might be a relationship or partnership with a person, or it might be with an organization. But it has to do with your future in that situation. And it's the Two of Swords, which says, yes, it's an important partnership, but it's also a little difficult to keep balanced. So I'm going to draw the much discussed Brian card for you. And I've drawn the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups says that in dealing with that relationship, it's not going to be easy to get the outcome that you want. But Strength says that it's possible. And you just have to find the way to do it. But I would say right where you are and in the immediate future, it may seem like that way is eluding you. I'm going to draw one more. And I've drawn the Six of Coins. The Six of Coins says that the answer will come. It's just a little farther out. And there you go.
Okay. So I have got the Eight of Swords. So you're feeling stuck, trapped, things aren't moving. I have got the Veil. So you're looking for answers and maybe feeling like something is being hidden from you. I have the Three of Lamps, and this is talking about living up to your highest ideals in your daily life and working together in community. And we'll draw the Brian card. And I've got the Seven of Lamps. And this is talking about releasing what doesn't serve you anymore. So think about what you need to let go of. And I hope that's helpful, SWAT fan. And
Yeah.
Michael has said thank you both. It helps. And we are caught up at this point.
Okay.
All right.
So elsewhere in the world, I have had a question asked of me that I'm thinking of making a video answer for, but I thought perhaps it would be appropriate to talk about it tonight. And the question is, are tarot cards always accurate? And the answer to that is, of course not. Nothing is always accurate. Tarot cards are a tool, like any other kind of divination, and they're only as good as the person who's using them, the circumstances under which they're being used. So yeah, if your tarot reading tells you something horrible, don't just assume it must be that way. Any number of things could interfere. And even if it's completely accurate, you can always still possibly change it. The whole point of doing this is to see what we need to change as we go forward. So I believe we have another request for a general reading, but the answer to the tarot card question is, there are many variables involved, and you can always always have a bad day.
Lucas has asked us for a general reading. SWAT fan, we already did one reading for you, so no, we're not going to do another one tonight. And I'll bring up another topic for discussion because this happened to someone who owns a local store here. She had shared with some of us who were there for an event that the item she was having the biggest problem with theft for is tarot decks.
Oh my.
So, if you steal a tarot deck, can you actually do accurate readings with it? And
I think it's probably not a one size fits all answer.
I mean, I view tarot reading as part of my spiritual practice. Before we come on, I spend a few minutes meditating and asking that I be guided to read what's there and say what needs to be said. And I do that before any reading.
I certainly wouldn't think it would be a particularly good idea to use a stolen tarot deck to do a reading.
Oh, look, 3 cards just jumped out.
Oh, my.
Well, 4, but all right. When they all just pop out like that. Okay, the first card I got for you is the 9 of Cups. And as we've mentioned, this is the wish card. So, Lucas, focus on what you want to manifest, because whatever you are focusing on is what you're going to get, whether it's positive or negative. I have the 9 of Swords. So remember, whatever you're afraid of is not as bad as you think it is. And I have the 7 of Wands. And this is talking about careful planning to reach your goal. And the Brian card came out as well. So we got the 4 of Cups. And this is about being in a situation that's good, maybe not all you want, but okay. But weigh your options before you leave that situation for something that's maybe not as good. So that's what I got for you.
So I have drawn 3 cards and turned out to get 4 because 2 of them came out together. First one is the 7 of Coins, which again is having a number of options that you have to choose between, not really being sure exactly what direction you want to go, because they're more or less equal options. Pick the one that you want. Soul, which says that the situations you're dealing with are important to your spiritual well-being and your spiritual future. You're very much involved in them in a spiritual sense. Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords says it's very important you pay attention to your communication. As you consider these options and choose one, make sure that any questions get asked, anything that needs to be said gets said, anything that maybe shouldn't be said doesn't get said. Just generally Treat communication seriously in this situation. Think like a diplomat. And then we have the Two of Lamps. And the Two of Lamps, again, is looking toward the future. In this case, with a little bit more clarity, but still a number of different possibilities and looking to find the right one. I'm going to draw a Brian card to go with all of that. Let's see what Brian has for you. Well, Brian has the Eight of Lamps, which says that at the end of the road, you're going to be doing very well. The Eight of Lamps is personal mastery, achieving the skills that you seek to develop. And I think the way I would look at it is that it may not be clear how you're going to get there right now, but you will. And trust the process, be patient, and do pay attention to your communication. And there you go.
Now, Janet has asked, should you keep a deck for yourself and one for public readings?
If you want.
I don't.
I don't either. Some people might choose to. I think it has to do with your relationship with your cards. You know, I meet people who insist they have very temperamental cards that get upset with them or refuse to read sometimes, or my cards don't do that. I would not allow them to do it. I have very friendly and not particularly picky cards because that's what I expect of them and that's what I insist upon. If your relationship with your cards is perhaps a little bit more prickly, well, then maybe you might want to do that. I think one of the reasons some people feel that way is that they don't want other people's energy on the cards they're using for themselves. But my comment on that is that that's not really how it works. You need to be clearing the energy out of the cards when you're done using them anyway. And this idea that someone handling the cards is going to alter them forever is just suggests that the person is not using appropriate psychic hygiene in what they're doing. Yes, there are some people who have very strong energy. You clear out the energy, the problem is taken care of. So do you need to do that? No. Might you want to do it? Well, that's up to you.
And Lucas says, thank you.
You're very
and
welcome.
Kylene has asked for a reading for magical work to stop the wars in West Asia, U.S. Israel versus Iran, and Pakistan versus Afghanistan. How to stop them from spreading.
So please clarify for me what we're asking. Are we asking how work that you're doing will go, or what kind of work you should be doing? Oh, and I see that Janet asked, how do you clear the energy? You just kind of push other energy through it and send away the negativity. I rely heavily on visualization. Put the white light in, send the negativity out. It will cleanse the cards. We could make a longer, more detailed description, but we only have 60 minutes. But I have books on that subject. But you would clear the energy in the cards the same way you would clear your own.
And Kylene wants to know what kind of work I should be doing.
Well, let's see what they have to say to that. I'm not entirely sure how good an answer they will make to that, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
Now, I sat here and I shuffled these cards. And yet I have drawn some that have come up previously. First card is Strength. And since your question is what kind of work should you be doing, I'm going to say that you should first look to where your greatest strengths lie and use those as opposed to something you might be less familiar with. Look for your greatest areas of expertise. We have the Five of Lamps, which is cleansing. Cleansing, clearing, leaving things behind. So I think in dealing with this, what you want to focus on is how to remove old influences as an important part of it. These may be ancestral in character, they may be simply historical in character, they may be quite old, or they may be fairly recent, but they're past influences that are affecting the present. And the third one is the Chariot, and the Chariot says, whatever you do, the most important thing is that you do it. And so I would say, consider first your strengths, and then look at the foundation of the situation and deal with the foundational problems. I'm going to draw one more card for you. And I've drawn the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, again, is past experience. So in addition to looking to your greatest strengths, also look at things you've done previously and consider what was most effective. And that is advice on what you should do now. Draw upon those past successes to build future ones. And there you go.
So the first card I've got is the Ten of Wands, which is a feeling of being stuck or perhaps waiting for the right moment. I've got the Six of Wands, which a lot of times is achieving success, but this is also a partnership. So I'm going to say you need to be working with other people to make this a success. The next card I've got is the Six of Lamps. And here Lady Chalkette has gone on a vision quest to speak with her spirit guide. So I'm going to say the first thing you need to do is speak with your ancestors for guidance. And I am going to draw the Brian card, and then I get the Magus, the Magician. So I'm going to say the key is going to be working with others, seeking the guidance of your ancestors, and then applying your magic.
Very cool.
So I hope that is helpful. And the Three of Wands just fell out. And this is also about achieving success with by the help of other people.
And thank you, Kayleen.
And Kylene says, thank you to both of you. I can work with that, probably with Athena's help. Oh, I just remembered something interesting about the stolen tarot conversation.
Okay.
I brought it up later with a group of people, and someone said he couldn't comment. He was an also true ghosty. He said, I've never worked with tarot cards. And I said, would a stolen rune deck work? And he said, no, the gods would curse that.
Okay.
I said, yeah. I said, okay, I think we could say about the same for tarot then. I suppose depending on how you work, but I've always seen it as part of my spiritual practice.
Oh, yeah. Well, generally speaking, I wouldn't think that, well, one, I wouldn't think stealing anything would be good, but I wouldn't think stealing anything out of a metaphysical store would be a particularly good idea.
In general, no. Because she was talking about why she'd had to put out the money for a camera system.
Mm.
But she was just losing too much on tarot decks.
Mm. No, they're not exactly the cheapest thing.
They're not.
In the store. So do we have any more questions?
Comments? I do have a friend whose tarot decks are picky.
Okay.
Oh, and Lucas said, from a Buddhist perspective, I think that the negative karma from any kind of theft could probably obstruct any kind of clear seeing.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Yeah, my friend's tarot decks have to be wrapped in a silk cloth and then put in a case.
So I recall I wrote a couple of paragraphs about this person in my tarot instructions, even though I have no idea who they are.
You have, well, I won't say that because you might have met them at Pagan Pride Day, but
well, yeah, but when I wrote this 30 years ago, I wasn't thinking of them specifically.
No, but you know, I keep my decks in cases like this because, well,
have a baggie.
I'm sorry?
Mine are lucky to have a baggie.
Well, I don't want mine falling out.
They have this, but in fact,
Lucas wants to know if we work with other forms of divination.
Yeah. I know Mary also does numerology.
I do numerology. I work with my pendulum.
Yeah.
And that is what I do, other than basic psychic. Sometimes you ask me a question and I know the answer.
Yeah. And I also do clairvoyance and pendulum and psychometry and numerology and astrology and what else do I do? Did I mention palmistry?
You did not.
Palmistry, dice reading, rune reading. Not for a long time, but I've done it. Sandwich reading. That was one of the more interesting ones.
You were explaining that once. How did that work?
Well, I had been hired to do a psychic party, and the hostess had prepared sandwiches for the attendees, and there were 4 kinds. And it dawned on me that each of these could represent something different. I don't remember. Well, one was tuna salad, and I remember I connected that with emotional issues because water, and there was egg salad and ham salad. And anyway, I gave them each a meaning, and I started the reading by asking them what kind of sandwich they had, and that was the first part of the reading, and it worked out very accurately. Without knowing it, they had started their reading by choosing their sandwich.
That's interesting.
It was. And then I also at one time did the same thing with different tarot decks on my reading table. And each one had a different meaning to me, but I wouldn't tell the client. I would simply ask them to pick the deck that appealed to them. And that would tell me what that reading was going to focus on.
Okay, and we have a question from Jazz. What is coming to end for me or has to end for me?
And Jazz remarks that sandwich reading sounds good.
Yeah. So did anyone say I ate one of everyone?
No. No, it was well, it's been many years, so I don't remember the exact circumstances. I'm sure that everyone could have more than one sandwich, but I don't remember that much detail.
Clearly, the men in my family were not present at the party.
I may have simply asked them which one they considered their favorite, not necessarily which one they'd actually taken. 30 years, it's a long time.
So the first card I've got for you is a heart. While the card shows a pair of lovers, the meaning of the card is something you've got a lot of emotion around, not necessarily someone you're in love with. Next, I've got the King of Pentacles. And this is about achieving material success by using your possessions and your money wisely. And finally, I've got the universe, which indicates the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. So in terms of if you do need to give something up, the crux of the matter is something you are deeply involved with. And I will pull one more card, and it's Justice. So something is moving in your favor. And yeah, So consider what is deepest on your heart right now. And that's what I got for you.
So for me, the first card is the Lovers. The Lovers says that whatever you need to end or leave behind has to be a choice on your part. You must choose to do it, and you must make up your mind to do it. It will require a certain amount of effort. You have the Seven of Coins. The Seven of Coins says that probably a lot of the issue here is where you're going in the future and not being entirely sure about that. Needing to clarify that, needing to expedite that trail into the future. And then we have past. And the past card, you can see we have a lady examining her younger reflection in the pool. And what I would say is that what you need to leave in the past is the past. Past events that perhaps are negatively influencing your ability to deal with the future, perhaps past emotions, maybe a past sense of yourself that you need to grow beyond. But look for what in your past you can let go of and leave behind, and it will be beneficial. And for the Brian card, we have the Prince of Coins, and the Prince of Coins says slow but steady growth. Yes, you need to do this. Be patient with it. Let it take the time that it needs to happen. And if you do that, you'll have a good outcome. And there you go.
All right. And then hello to Selma. And Selma says, I am invited for a written exam and interview. What will both bring for me? And this is going to be our last reading. And Jazz says, thank you. More like you're in slow and steady wins the race, and also don't force it.
Yep.
Yes. And now this is for Selma. So the first card I've got for you is Seven of Swords. And this is tough, but you can do it. And I feel like this might be your written exam. So take that one slow and steady. You can do it. Don't let yourself get flustered, okay? Then I've got the Empress, and this is a card of good fortune. And then, because it's just going to show up all night, I have the Nine of Cups. This is the wish card. And this card says, whatever you wish for, you will get. So go in there manifesting that you will get this job, and you will.
What I have drawn is Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is passion and growth and focusing with the heart. And it says to follow your heart, to follow your passion. 10 of Wands, which is waiting for change. So I would say that that is where you are right now, waiting for these things to happen. And it's followed by the body, which is the things that you need, the things you want, taking care of yourself. So I would say that this should work out pretty well for you. Make sure that you keep your focus on your heart and your needs. And let me draw a Brian card for you. I've drawn the Two of Cups, which can be relationship, can also simply be happiness. So I'd say you'd be pretty happy with the outcome of the situation. So I would look for it to do well for you. And there you go.
Stay hydrated. Grandma advice for taking a test. Your brain can't work if it's not hydrated.
True.
All right. And we're near the top of the hour, so we're going to cut off here. Thank you all
everybody.
for joining us. And Selma says thank you. You're very welcome.
Yes, indeed.
And everyone, please join us again next Thursday, and we'll be back. And would you close us out with a prayer, please?
I will. I will be happy to. Divine Mother Goddess, Divine Father God, beloved ancestors, we thank you for all that you do for us in our lives, in each and every day, and we rejoice in this world we are in. With all its problems and challenges, still, we recognize and give thanks for the good and embrace the potential to make more good. Beloved Mother Goddess, beloved Father God, beloved ancestors, we thank you with great love, and knowing you are always with us, from respect, we thank you for your presence. And may you be blessed now and always. May you be blessed now and always as well.
Blessed be every